GM everyone, welcome back on a new welcome back on the DeadKings channels for a new Scriber show with Tenomix and Leeway. Guys, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
Always a pleasure.
Good morning to you too, mate. Thanks for making it easy to follow on from you after that as well.
Sometimes it happens to the best of us, okay?
Happens to the best of us, mate.
yeah. Content creator since 2022, and still doing blah, 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 blah.
1918 would be impressive.
Yeah, and we will have way more viewers. But thank you for people in the chat right now. And Mitchell, GM, hope you're doing well, buddy. Yes, so we are good. Okay, cool. Gentlemen.
I think you made a mistake on Twitter. I just wanted to share the live post.
Yes.
Federline mint the citizens now.
Oh,
I think you got the wrong
What
catch.
the...
I was like, no, that's not us. And then I'm like, no, that is us. What's going on?
So what are we minting?
Yes.
Yeah,
fuck.
I haven't minted something in a long time.
I don't even
know.
know.
My God. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so you can share the YouTube live restream. They have pushed. Okay, maybe it's me, but it could be restreams. They have pushed a new update. They have new features, and since then, like yesterday, the Fidelion streams got fucked. I was not able to invite the guest after, like a riot. He was not able to join the stream. And now, so I have duplicate the event, and half of the title, I can see them, but I can change them, are wrong. Cool. But sorry, boys. Still, yeah.
I think we're in business now. I found the link, so we're all good there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Content creator since 2022 and still can't put the simple things like a title correctly. This is so sad. I know. I try my best though, We'll be better next week. Yeah. But okay, so okay. How's Scriber's going?
Good, man.
What's up?
It's been a really, really busy few months for us. We are almost wrapping up with our devs from America who were helping us build out a new mobile app. That's been a very, very stressful time. 8 months overdue. We were supposed to have launched it in February. Yeah, don't even start. It's borderline getting to legal procedures at this point. But we are like final stages. So we're hoping we get handover in the next month or so. So that's been a massive sort of pain point for us that we've been really trying to smash out. And just a lot of stuff in the back end that we've been working on. Myself and Ator have bbeen working on some new DeFi tools as well for our next product that we're going to release. Sort of early stages, but it's coming along really well. And I guess the other main thing is not potential, it is happening. We'll be rebranding. And I kind of don't like the idea of rebranding. Like I hate using that word, but it's got to be done for a few reasons. I don't know if we talked about this another time, but we made some mistakes when we came up with the name Scriber. To us, it was really clever. It was a play on words between subscribing and scribing, like writing and things like that. So for us, it made a lot of sense. We're like, oh, this is really clever. And a little bit of a play on words and alternative spelling to try and get the domains and things like that. But then in practical, what we found was people couldn't say it. They didn't know what it said. They couldn't spell it. They didn't understand it. And we were just like, we stuffed this up. So
a little bit too clever, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little too clever, I think.
Yeah.
So we've gone back to the drawing board and we've gone, okay, like I've read a few books on branding principles and things like that, and took some things on board, and I'm like, okay, we need to approach this in a different way, and I think we've come up with a name now that is suggestive enough for what we do, and is easy enough to remember and spell, and it's a very brandable sort of word.
Do you want to drop the name?
Not yet, but very soon. Like literally, I think we're getting on a call with the team in the morning just to finalize some designs, and then we're going to smash it all over socials and change up all of our bits and pieces.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's what's been happening with Scriber.
Congrats. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, same thing. I'm not even decoders is good name, but I wanted to decode the blockchain, but I'm not even sure it's a proper English use of decoding. So whatever.
Decoders is a good name. That fits really well.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drew. Okay, wait. Drew, you changed your PFP from fuzzy youths
Fuzzy
DeadKings. My bad. Yeah. Okay, branding. Okay, branding. And then your second comment is with the Obears PFP.
It's going to come back.
Is that the same?
Using the current exit liquidity to mix it up. He's finally pulled the string and he's out.
Honestly,
I don't blame him, but there's a lot of people who round trip the shit out of these things and sitting there just going, come on, someone pump our bags so we can bail.
No shit.
The emotional damage is real.
Yeah.
I cheated my your DeadKings, bro. It's a DeadKings. It was a DeadKings. But you are brave to flexing Obears even on YouTube. That's cool. But I realized I needed to change my YouTube PFP. Bro, if you want a DeadKings PFP, let me know. Send me your wallet, bro. But
Obears make a good PFP. I like the Obears.
The art is nice. The art is nice.
They're super commercial. Like they work really well. I like them.
The story behind the project is a bit different. I never understood it. I don't know. It fly.
I like
you like Obears?
Let them cook. Yeah, let them cook.
Okay. Oh, you know what they're cooking? You know what's coming?
You could look at pretty much every NFT project that launched over the last 2 years. They all said they were going to do this and that.
Yeah, okay.
And most of them either not done that, or if they have done it, it was shit and made no difference anyway. And then, if you actually sit there and take the time and look to see what Obears have done, they've done some shit. They've done some cool shit. They've delivered on everything that they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
I just think they fell victim to a phase in the market where everything just got pumped to high health.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of FOMO. People made some really bad decisions. So they bought the top, and then after it dumped, it became like a hated project because so many people lost money in it. Yes. Is that Obears' fault? Maybe they pushed the marketing a little bit too hard. I don't know if that's their fault. At the end of the day, people need to be accountable for making their own decisions and buying $20,000 JPEGs that instantly dropped to 10,000. So that's not their fault. But they copped so much hate. And then the other thing is this space, like being such an echo chamber and a full of shit. When the big guys like to hang shit on it, all the followers will join in and hang shit as well. So it just becomes this hated project by default. And it's like, why do you ask somebody, like, why do you hate Obears? Oh, they're shit. It's nice one, mate. Meanwhile, rocking is like the shittest fucking PFP you've ever seen on the PFP project. It's like, yeah, mate.
A retard your PFP will shit on Obears. But okay, so I think you're right. Like the fact that they went day one on at 80 Sol, like you get like why are you going next? But also, like I think I never interacted whatsoever with Case. So I know nothing about the project except like some hear about and whatever. But for me, they minted and then they tried to figure it out, but they didn't have like the DeadKings mindset of Web3.
Yeah,
and it was too corporate, kind of. And then there is a misalignment between founder and market and expectation from a project that's going like day one at 100 Sol.
Did you ever play around on Ethereum before sort of Solana NFTs kicked off? Because
no.
So I feel like Obears was very much early ETH style project.
Yeah. Okay.
Like which meant there wasn't really much to do in terms of utility, because most of those old ETH projects, there was zero utility. They didn't have staking contracts and tokens and shit like that. There was one project. I think it was those apes. I can't remember what they were called. And you could stake them and you'd earn a banana or something like that. They were like the only ETH NFT that you could stake and earn a token. That was like utility. Most ETH projects back then, they were things like, remember you had like breeding? You get like you get two and you breed them and make a third. There's just like, that was sort of like utility back then. So I think Obears was sort of in that era. And that was kind of different to what we were seeing on Solana. Solana was more tech utility based integration with DeFi, things like that. Like a lot of the early Solana NFTs were kind of cool with what they were doing. That just they didn't have the legs, But I don't know.
Long-term sustainability. I think in defense of Obears as well, Kai's actually came once into DeadKings and so he gave a bit of history of what happened in that initial pump and the subsequent dump. I don't know the exact details of what happened, so I'm not going to say it again in case I get something wrong, but they very much fell victim to a externally coordinated manipulation move. And that drove it up, and then people by the top, and you build sentiments, and then so that definitely didn't help matters.
Shit!
And as you said,
cabal pump and dump.
The way they go about things is definitely very contrarian to most of your Web3 or degens types of projects. So that the audience and what they were doing, they didn't have the patience for it, essentially. So I think a lot of
have you seen their 3 platform? Have you seen their platform 3?
They're using
it's well built. It's just it's like flawless when it comes to UI and everything. Feature wise, it's great. They do a really good job of design and UI and actually delivering on like executing on what they say they're going to build. Like a lot of these other projects, we're building this, we're building that, and then they launch it. You're like, man, this is dog shit. Who built this? Like a 16-year-old kid in their basement. Like, what is this shit? And people gave this person like $500,000 to build this. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, no, it's true. And
I remember very well
sorry, go for it.
No, go on. I just remember a joke that Mert made a while back that made me laugh. And it was something along the lines of the best time for secondary market valuation is pre-product or pre-revenue. Is that before anything tangible actually comes into play, and it's purely
you can't measure
speculation.
It. It's still speculative.
You can't measure it. And the moment something actually comes out, it almost can never keep up with the hype that's been built up into it.
That just comes from human expectations to
evaluate. Correct.
We have a shit job.
Classics by the rumor, sell the news.
No, but that's what
it's going to be worth X amount, but it's never going to be that.
That's also what's happening in the Valley, right? Like with there is a story where I don't know if it's in the Social Network movie, but like for Facebook, like they were already like making like 1-2 million a year. It was like the beginning of Facebook, and there is a pitch with investor, whatever, and then like they were saying, okay, no, we don't have any revenue because as soon as you say you have a numbers to put it on it, like on the value of the company, then you're gonna raise X amount of money, but you can raise way more if you don't have the first KPI of revenue and stuff. So publicly they say no. Yeah, no, exactly. We don't have revenue, whatever. But they were already making more money than any startup will ever make in their lifetime. It was it's crazy. And Web3 works the same, right? Like you have a speculation project, so they're either going to 0 to 1,000 Sol, and you have like the builders project when you can like put a ROI based on like the utility, etc., and then you never go above like 40, 50, 100 Sol, at least in 2021, right?
Especially if there's something you can make money off, like with a token, staking, you get a token and sell the token. Well, then people just start going, okay, well, if I've got one of these, I stake on this many tokens, that works out to be $50 a month. Therefore, this NFT is worth $200.
Exactly.
And then it'll never go higher than that. No one's going to pay $10,000 for an NFT that makes $50 a month.
Exactly.
So as soon as you attach a utility to it, then now somebody has something they can measure and evaluate what that NFT is worth. And it kind of puts this roof on what it can be worth. So it's really hard to break free of that.
Yeah.
But
and
you have less chance to go to zero.
Yeah.
Speculation game. Yeah.
Speculation game is what Frank did very, very, very well.
Yes.
And in the moments, points parlor season 3, things that you could measure dropped, and then the inevitable disappointment.
Exactly.
That speculation went away. So that was exhibit A of that happening for sure.
Yeah.
You just keep moving, never delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the randomness
right now is a very similar thing as well. Is that nothing tangible, but it's all speculation as well.
Exactly.
Similar sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so back to Drew comments. Having met Chaos Harold a few times and spoke about it lengthy, I guess, he's easily in the top 2 people I would back in this space. And the top one is, he would back me up, Drew. Thank you so much thank you so much.
Of course.
And okay, so the 3D beers and what you can do with them are amazing too. Okay, so about that. I never own any Obears because I never understood the project. But I also come to a realization that I will back Airman's, which is also kind of like an IP project with an Airman Club, whatever. But also Zimbara has Obears experience because he was a whale in Obears, and I think he will execute on that better than what happened with Obears, but whatever. For example, so from a non-holder perspective, the fact that I saw 3D bears on the timeline, the first question is like, okay, what? Like, why do I need a 3D model of my Obears to...
It just opens up so many possibilities. Like, we wanted to do something like this with Scriber originally with Ute. We love the Ute's art. We picked out, we bought a bunch. We're like, hey, we're going to use these. We're going to use the Ute's IP in a bunch of stuff we're going to be doing. And we were getting 3D models made up. The guy who was making it ended up rugging us and getting off. But these 3D rigs that Obears have made, you get to for every bear you hold, you can download those 3D models, and then you can go into those software programs and sort of make it move and animate it. So like the possibilities are endless, especially if you're a content creator. Imagine doing TikToks and things like that and having your bear open his voice and talk and stuff, or mucking around. Like the possibilities are endless when it comes to content creation with a 3D character.
I think a lot of it's built around making the IP as usable as possible for anybody who's using it. It's fundamentally
their
goal.
I think it's a smart
2D with the shirts and the 3D with the animations. I think that's sort of the play there. And then what they do and take that, that'll be something to look out for as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily spread the brand, even like Web3 games and stuff, right? Or like you can give them their models of Obears, everything is ready, etc.
If someone's whipping up an indie game, they can easily import those rigs into their indie game and have an Obears character. And all of a sudden, there's a game on Steam with Obears.
Am I remembering correctly that they had Obears in Fortnite at one point? Or is that something
they did a partnership
that I'm thinking of? They did, yeah.
Yeah.
But so for example, about that, it's kind of the same topic like than Pudgy Penguins, right? That selling plushies, but Obears go to Fortnite. Obears get like partners with AMG. I'm like the big name like advertising company, whatever. It shit is big. Like it's fucking massive. Like Fortnite, Obears, Web3 Solana IP on Fortnite. Did the floor as a holder, does that impact me whatsoever?
Well,
I think that's always the thing I've struggled with Pudgy Penguins.
Exactly.
I think this is the difference between having two different types of people at the wheel of the project.
Yeah.
You've got Kai's versus someone like Frank.
Exactly.
If that
100%.
That was D-Gods in Fortnite. Can you imagine the hype on the timeline? That would have been like a 2-month-long campaign of people losing their marbles, and no doubt the floor would have moved. But I would say the Obears team don't have that approach to marketing. They're not very good at generating that hype. They're more like, hey, this is cool. We've done this. And they haven't really moved the needle. Plus, you know, of course, like I said before, the amount of hate and animosity against the project from people who actually have no idea about the project. They just follow the sheep from, you know, the original pump and dump. It's sad because I think they deserve a lot more credit than they get. There's a few projects that are still here that have been around for a long time that are still pushing out products and still building and what they're doing. And I don't think they get anywhere near as much credit. Instead, money will flow to the latest piece of shit because there's a chance you can make a 2 or 3x on it overnight. People would rather do that than support, you know, the builders who are building quality products.
Yeah, exactly. So, and okay, and even that's why, like, during the pre-show, like we were talking about, like you spreading like Scriber brands on Facebook, and then you have a better fit with that Facebook audience because, again, your product is less dead gen and more mature, like for mature customers than that's what we see on the timeline every day on about like Cockinu and TT's coin. I don't know.
The audiences are very different. Crypto Twitter is very heavily saturated with very low quality content. Everyone's copying everyone. It's just completely saturated with degen behavior. And I think everyone's trying to make money off everyone. So there's no customers.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, it's like a platform full of shops and no customers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because no one's actually buying shit. Everyone's trying to make money themselves. No one's actually wanting anything of value. Whereas like, I find Facebook and probably Instagram, not that I use Instagram much, but Facebook for me is a much better place for marketing because I actually get to build relationships with real people who are a real audience who you know, in my opinion, customers.
Yeah.
Just different.
I think I definitely had a similar experience with Twitter because we, at one point, they were going quite hard trying to get Twitter presence and seeing what sort of response we could get. And we just fundamentally realized that the majority of the audience on Twitter aren't exactly the people we want to be engaging with anyway. And I think, you know, a lot of people on Facebook, you tend to have a lot more, mums and dads who are trying to get into a bit more mature as well, less sort of degenerate behavior too. So that was a trend that we found. I am curious about this comment from Drew actually is what overhaul has happened because I know a few months back they hired a guy specifically to try and drive the hype narratives that Donnie was explaining, but evidently that never really took off. I think his name was Warbucks from memory. So he was there for a bit.
Oh yeah, he did a bit. He did a bit ages ago, but he definitely dropped off.
Yeah, he was brought on board to be that hype guy, but evidently that didn't take off too much. So I'm curious, what the structure of it is now. For sure.
I don't know. Like Drew, if you know, what's the composition of the team at the Obears Enterprise? Would be interesting. I honestly, again, I know nothing. I know nothing about them. I should, but I know nothing. But again, it's interesting. Yeah, say again.
I think the hard thing for any NFT project right now is that the attention spans have become shorter and shorter, and people have just been chasing stupider and stupider things. And to get attention amongst all of that's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. We talked about that risk scale, right? And it slowly gets to a point where people are just aping into the most ridiculous thing for like the smallest amount of profit.
Yeah.
That's top behavior. It could be local top, not necessarily like the top, but that's definitely local top behavior. And that's why we've sort of had such a shitty market because we just got to that risk profile of just being a little bit too stupid.
Do you remember doing that? There was that post that had the statistics of people who had the number of or percentage of people who were actually profitable trading pump.fun.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I love that stat. It was so good. I can't remember what the actual numbers was. I think it was like 0.02% of projects from pump.fun have made it to Radium and stayed above a whatever $1 billion market cap or whatever it was. It's like Jesus Christ, and people are still playing that game. Idiots.
And then it was like as wallets trading, if you were over $1,000 in profit, you were in like the top 3% of wallets, something like that.
Yeah, it was the top 70 people have made over was it $10,000 or $100,000?
Yeah, $1
million. There you go.
10,000.
Do you have it? Do you have the tweet? Okay, can you share it? Oh, you what?
Let me find the tweet for you. I'll find the tweet for you.
Okay, thanks.
I've got a screenshot. I haven't got the tweet, so I'll find the tweet for you.
So while you find the tweet, that's like exactly the same stuff related to pub.fun, but dynamics, like the video from NFT Nate, bro.
Oh, this guy. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, so
a couple of videos like this the last couple of days that just make me shake my head, just thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's crazy. So I found funny how Doge with tools claim they do not advocate for people to rug, yet they build a tool suite for people to launch fake tokens. They're like handling a mentally unstable bullet kid at school. Now, my fault, it's the way, but
in the video, he claimed, or the builders, what are they called? Something we've had, or dog with tools, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They claim that they don't advocate people to rug, but they're running through the tools, and there's literally a button to like dump all and fake wallet buys and shit. I'm like, but you don't advocate rugging. Like, what the fuck are this tool for then? It's literally built to like spoof orders,
just trying to
trick people into buying, and then rug it. It's literally what they're built for.
15 sold.
So long as they keep taking their fees, they won't take any responsibility for what people do.
Honestly, there was an interview with Thread Guy the other day with one of the
founder,
and that was the same. I was scratching my head thinking, this guy is delusional. He was acting like he was the savior to meme coins. We've actually stopped scammers because we can't do the pre-sales anymore. And I'm like, are you fucking for real? There's 18,000 coins being launched a day. You've got a 0.02% success rate, but you saved the industry from scammers. He's fucking delusional. But they've made $330 million in the last 6 months. So do you think he gives a fuck?
Like 1.2 million token launched and created on pub.fun. 15 have a market cap over 10 million that lasts more than a couple of weeks.
Tells you.
I'm glad he saved Solana with his amazing tools.
Yeah. But honestly, after this video, like I expected the revenue from pub.fun to drop to 0. And if we check it live.
It probably went up.
Pump revenue. Oh, it's slowed down.
Yeah, but that's probably gone down over the last week because everyone ran to Tron.
Market's been slow. Everyone's run to Tron.
Market is slow. We're still making $500,000.
Yeah.
I think the thing that bugged me the most with that kid, the rugger, is the justification that in this game it's rug or big rugs.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, you could just not play the game, man. And tell yourself whatever you want to help yourself sleep at nighttime, but you made the decision to engage and then to engage in this manner as well when you could have easily walked away. So I don't buy that justification in any way, shape or form. He's still a little
none of them have ethics or morals whatsoever. They're selfish extractors. They're there to take as much as they can. They don't give a fuck.
I mean, 400 SOL a week, I can understand why the ethics is going through the window.
But that just shows the desperation of people that they will do anything for money. That's what, like, when I see
that's human nature, bro.
Well, is it though? I mean, it is to a degree, but like when I see people chasing all this shit, selling their soul, shilling every shitcoin, I'm like, fuck, you must be really desperate for money if you have to do that. Yeah. If that's what you do on a daily basis, is pump coins from pump.fun, chase the latest green candle, throwing into this, throwing into that. It's like, fuck, you must be desperate for cash. You could get a job.
Work to earn. But okay, so from their perspective, they can like, okay, so people are like washed up with like social networks, seeing like Logan Paul buying Lamborghini since he's 15, doing stupid shit on YouTube. And then you have Andrew Tate saying, what color is your Lamborghini if you are a man? And then like all of that social noise, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, yeah, you don't need to be a kid to be a scammer anyway. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. But like, if you grow in that environment and stuff, and then you have a casino machine to where like people are like, dumping thousands of soul every day, hoping they're gonna make $1 million with 0.1 soul. I understand, but also, you don't need to be that kind in that generation to be like a scammer anyway. Like everyone, like people sold the Golden Bridge in the 19th century anyway. So on the moon, they sold the moon. You can buy. You could have bought the moon, a piece of the moon before. So I mean,
there's always been an element of it. I think. I don't want to sound high or mighty or anything, but I think this has all definitely been an eye-opener for me in terms of how naive I was about what people are willing to do for certain things.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was raised a certain way, and I don't expect that everyone else, people's circumstances are different.
Yeah.
But sort of seeing, what people are prepared to do to make a quick buck is an eye-opener. I think there's a really great TV show or movie. I can't remember that was made a while back called Zach Stone is Going to Be Famous. By a guy named Bo Burnham, and it's about this kid who desperately tries everything under the sun to become a social media influencer. He tries to be a celebrity chef. He tries to do all these things at the cost of his relationship with his friends. And it gets to a point where he realizes that's what he's done on live TV, does a big, emotional speech about what he's done. And then the irony is that is what made him, that's what gets him finally famous. And it's a really, really clever show about that. And certainly, people are a product of their environment. So I think you make a very fair point there as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you can also take for example, I don't know, like drug dealers, right? That sell drugs in the street for like $300 a day. And because it's easy money and that's it, right? Like, and they don't care about like what the fuck or where these drugs will end up or if they're going to kill anyone. Like, again, it's like, okay, not human nature, but
could be the demographic of where they're brought up. I don't know. Like maybe we're really privileged being in Australia. We don't
exactly.
I mean, there's areas of Australia that are like that, but it's not that normal. Whereas there's probably third world countries where you probably do have to do some fucked up shit just to make a buck. So maybe that's where it comes from. I don't know.
Yeah. There's also that, right? Like, for example, if you are in the Philippines, okay, you're going to have like farms of like Axie Infinity because you can make like $2 an hour, and it's basically twice the monthly average income. So that, and there's also, I think it was Bull X or the Photon, I don't remember, when they were targeting like the country IP of who launched the meme coin. And if it was India, like they were like flagging it as like.
Yeah, I remember that.
There is that too, right? And of course, like, and that's why I'm living in Malta, because like there is a lot of like, expatriate and like people that are like don't need to steal to live, right? But again, if you are if you don't make like 6 figures a year. You can be tempted to scam people on crypto because nobody give a fuck, and you will probably never get sued anyway. So
it's sad.
I think
it's the game we're playing.
Yeah.
But do you think?
I'd love it to stop, and I'd love to be a part of changing it. I just don't think we have the power. I think you just got to accept the fact that there's going to be pieces of shit in this space doing. And to extract what they can.
No, but the problem is like it's right now. It feels based on Twitter timeline. It feels like if you're not following the meta, which is right now like meme coins and having fun on Telegram, there is a mismatch between what you are doing and the market. You know what I mean? And I ask myself this question every fucking day, right? Like, like we talk about like serious topic or like investor mindset, whatever, or like with that prism, but it doesn't match the prism of like people buying Cockinu on pop.fun. You know what I mean? Like those people are not coming on the show, even if I truly believe that they could be beneficial for them to understand how other people think. You know what I mean? Like, but that's basically thread guy tweet about, if you're born before 1995, you don't understand meme coins meta and spending. You know what I mean? Like, so is it because on my timeline I follow too many DeadKings and it's all about like the Telegram stuff? That's possible.
Yeah,
that's possible.
I think the thing I'd say to that though as well is that I think people underestimate that there are still opportunities out there beyond just chasing the meta. And I think what sort of comes to mind to that is for a very, very long time when I was first learning how to trade, I was trading on my own, no Twitter, no social media, nothing. And it was very, very peaceful. And I could very well just keep doing that and not be worrying about whatever these metas might be. So there's still, those types of avenues outside of that too. Also, who the hell's having fun on Telegram, man?
Okay.
Don't get me started.
Bro, okay. So, okay, guys. I knew it will come up.
I've poked the bear here, haven't I?
Okay. So I didn't get it neither. But with Clout, we have created like a content creator chat group. And I've installed like the bot to lock the chat, to have raid and stuff. And even clicking on the same message 50 times. It's fun. It's kind of fun. It's cool. Yeah, bro, I was so surprised. But like, okay, so the chat, they had this chat for, I don't know, like a couple of weeks already. There was like 20 people, etc. And I talk about to Clout about it. They say we should put content creators. Like I want to have like a cross-project content creator working group, like the same thing that Jupiter did with their content creators, but cross-project, like a kind of like a talent agency, whatever. So we have that, and we say, okay, bro, we need to follow the meta. We need to be a little bit more degen. We need to be more to add more funds to the content. So let's try this Telegram chit chat room. And bro, like in 10 minutes, we invited 20 more people, and now I'm clicking, and then go to us. Oh yeah, this chat is alive again. This is so much fun. Like, bro, in 5 minutes, like people enjoyed this chat again. Okay, it lasted like 12 hours because then we went to bed, and then no more shitty messages.
The TikTok
so
generation.
Exactly.
Smallest thing, and then lose interest 5 seconds later.
Bro, DeadKings pumped 300% because of the Telegram migration and Reds. Because so
I mean, it's not
like
I think 100% when you're down 90, but
I think this is where my age definitely shows through because I got into that Telegram within like 5 minutes. It's like
age, man.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I can't get around it. Like I could, all good. You're having fun, go for it. But I'm looking at this guy.
I can't
exactly
wait.
Right. I'm like, you do you, pump my bags, have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck, man.
Yeah,
we got a couple of boys in the D Aussies who are like flat out just running up DeadKings mode. I'm cheering them on. I'm saying, boys, pump my bags, do whatever you're gonna do. But I ain't playing this stupid game.
But it's so much fun, man. It's so cool. But okay, so I think like again, when you see your tweet getting rated, you get like endorphin, like whatever, like you like the likes that you get and you like the impression that you get, right? So the goal is to get rated by the community. So you share your stuff, you create more content, and then people come to you, and then you do it to them because you expect them to do it to you. And then it's a gamification of like content on the timeline.
I was under the impression that I was under the impression we learned our lesson about the whole rating game, that most of it is low rank, low IQ, low effort, just irritating. Anyway, again, that's probably my age showing through. But
Chilean villain grow his whole Twitter space host identity, screaming on people. Thread guys interview Andrew Tate and Trump, not Trump yet, but because he screamed our space in spaces in 2021, 2022, bro. Like, welcome to Web3.
All you're making me do is hate the human race even more.
I know.
You're not justice. You're not good at justice at all. I don't know. I feel like people have got a lot of internal issues if their whole shtick is built around the dopamine of likes and views. I'm like, man, you got some fucking shit to deal with if that's your life. Like you've got to touch some grass or find a hobby, because if your life is revolving around views, followers, comments, and likes and shit on your on an anonymous profile, dude, you need fucking mental health.
I mean, do you remember Flurry? Like, he was like a DeadKings guy, a kid. Yeah. So he tweeted like when they launched Thread, the guy was like going mental on Thread because it was early days of Twitter. And after 2 days, the guys tweeted like, there is nobody to watch my thread, so I don't get the dopamine so I'm going to stop using Thread.
Yeah, that's actually sad. Like, I feel like there's a lot of kids who need therapy.
Yeah. I haven't heard that in a long time, Threads. I wonder how that's...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that last... I mean, it's still going, but... it didn't last very long. Everyone sort of jumped on it. Like, everyone in the Web3 space or crypto Twitter jumped on it instantly, trying to pump their bags, like you said. Early Twitter, let's be the first, like, influencers on Threads.
Exactly.
And then, like, 5 days later, everyone's like, it's shit.
But that's because... That's because you go from 10,000 followers to 33, and then instead of doing like 5,000 impression, you are doing like 15, and this thread was not a good one because I made only 50, and then you go back to Twitter.
Yeah, but the reality is as well is that most of the people who are getting attention on Threads were the people who are already getting attention on Twitter to begin with, because it carried over.
Yeah, exactly.
It was nothing new.
Yeah, you know what I've never really understood is, like, I understand why somebody like yourself, Vince, why you would need to get likes, followers, attention, right? You've got a business you're running. You've got a project you're running. You need attention. I get that. I know why Frank would do it. I get it. But then I see, like, just people, just like everyday people, and I'm like,
exactly. Yeah.
Why do you care? Why do you care if you've
doing it for the sake of doing it?
Like, what's the point? Like, you I don't know what they do for a day job, but it has nothing to do with running a business and needing attention.
Yeah.
It's purely just like this internal self-esteem boost they need from having X amount of followers.
But that's it.
Like I said, I understand why a business would need attention and marketing on social media to drive audience to whatever it is they're selling or promoting. But what the fuck does, OX Banana Boy need?
Yes.
For? Why is he obsessed with likes and shit? You're not doing anything with the audience. Why do you need 100,000 followers? Are you going to launch a product? What's the point of it?
You explain it perfectly. It's like human neurons that create endorphin, and you want to get more endorphin again and again and again. You become a social network drug addict. That's it. Like it's and the whole social network experience is built on that. Like they have psychologists in Facebook to build product that will get you hooked. There is all of those Web2 literature talking about that shit, like how to build Facebook. Like you have to you have to build something that is addictive. And TikTok, for example, the loop of create your first TikTok. It's so you become a content creator yourself, and the fact that people are watching your TikTok and you get 1 million views on your first TikTok, and you hope you will get 1 million views again on your second TikTok and third, whatever, make you feel special that you don't have in your daily life. So you will keep grinding the TikTok wave. And that's they're hooked. Like as soon as you create a TikTok and you get a shit ton of views, boom, you're hooked, and you're gonna keep create content, but you're also going to continue to watch content, and then you're fucked.
Absolutely. I think it's
bad. I really find it sad.
It's the world that's been created, and unfortunately, people, especially when your brain's developing at a young age, you get sucked into it. So I don't hold it against people necessarily for getting involved. It's hard to break out of that loop, that's for sure. And I think as well, I think something that always stuck with me a lot is, from a technology standpoint, as people, we are more connected than ever through the internet. But on an emotional and deeper level, we're more disconnected than ever as well. And so people don't have social. Exactly, and they don't have that element. So all they've got is that, and it's the culture, and that's been created. Like where I live and where I've worked, I've treated Instagram influencers. And the vast majority of them, like, you are not worth the trouble, man. Like, I don't care what you're doing from a marketing standpoint for us. You are not worth the trouble. And I've had some doozies. But those stories will be for another time, I think.
No, but I mean, like, I think it's not going anywhere. It's like AI. It's like being against AI. That's it. Like, the Pandora Box is open. It's here to stay. It's a fucking like $1 trillion business. Like, Facebook, even if like it's like 20 years old or something, 15 years old, like, it's not going anywhere tomorrow. And the whole meta stuff, whatever, like, it's here to stay.
It's definitely a generational thing, though. Like, me myself, what am I? I'm like 40 something. 41, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. Holy fuck.
Wow.
I was like 22 or something when Facebook became a thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I lived my whole childhood, teenage years, young 20s without social media. And even when Facebook came out, like, it wasn't like it is today. It was very, very basic. You only had like your 6 mates and your school friends on it. So we never really grew up with that. But then you look at a lot of the kids on the timeline now, like people like Thread Guy and Frank and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like in their early 20s now. So they probably grew up on this and it's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
And so that's why their brains are probably wired so different than ours. And we're sitting back going, what is wrong with these kids these days?
Yeah. I think typically you'll find whenever there's a new wave of these types of things, humans are very, very slow to adapt. But what I have noticed, and I hope will happen more, is more and more people sort of waking up to the lack of authenticity that's around. Because I think humans inherently on some level feel that. And I think I see it a lot. Like, we've got something in Scriber, which I'm really proud of, which is that we have a little channel for people to sort of share. We call it Mind Zones, to share quotes, mindset stuff. And a lot of it's to sort of break out of a lot of these types of things. We have some really interesting conversations there, which is great.
And exactly. I think it's on us to create our own culture on the timeline. And if we don't like meme coins, we have to provide product and utility to change the mindset of the market. You know, and like, it's on us to create our own cultures and to make people switch. But bro, like, educating a market, that's sometimes what you hear from like first time founders. And say, oh, my market doesn't exist, but are we gonna create a market? And it's like, that's it. You leave the room. You don't want to invest in that because it's fucking hard. Like, only Steve Jobs can create markets. Okay, don't create markets, bro.
I think the hard thing is you've got to learn to let go, because you can't force the issue. As much as we'd love to sit here and say we want to change the world and whatnot, it's a much more peaceful thing to just say, look, all I can control is me, my circle, and around me.
Exactly.
Surround myself with people, and you're much happier in your own little circle as well.
Curate your own circle and just
exactly. But then in terms of business, like, when you want to create a product that will be have a huge addressable market, if you're not following your market, then you will have a hard time to sell it, right?
I think the counter I'd say to that is, if you're going to start chasing your market, you're going to have a pretty hard time, because the market's going to shift constantly. And I think it's probably naive of me to say, but my experience has been, I'd much prefer following or building around a set of values that will attract the right kind of people that I'm after. Because otherwise you're trying to force the issue of being a way to cater to people that you probably have no interest in or wouldn't get along with in any way, shape, or form. It's the classic Simon Sinek, what he talks about with companies in the infinite game. It's a great book, by the way. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I'd say that.
I think it's different. Like, you can create what you want and with your value and stuff. Like, again, for example, for decoders, like, watch to earn, you have to watch like a long form content and topic that it's kind of like less degen than what the market is doing. But the distribution channel, I think it's on me to, for example, create a Telegram when I make sure like every content creators push that content on the timeline, and we're having fun pushing it, right? So I have my core values and mission, but then the distribution is matching the trend of the market. And I think that's what I fucked up last year, but I'm trying to pivot and relaunch it with this degen meta in mind. And so, you know what I mean?
So like, what I would hone in on there, though, is that your decision-making or pivoting is still founded in your core values.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
It's still based in that. Yep. Where you run into trouble is when you forego those things and start chasing things around.
Oh, yeah. But then you become a serial rigger. Like,
Vince, I just want to mention something, though. You know, you're creating long-form content, and then you're trying to push it to an audience of people with a
TikTok
attention span of a goldfish. So, like, because you know, so many people in the Web3 space are fixated on this little echo chamber and trying to market to these echo chamber because that's the life and the you guys are the best, pump my bags and everything. Like, I'll be honest, none of them are actual customers of yours. They will like your shit, but they're not going to watch a 1 hour video. So you're marketing, you're getting attention, but you're not actually converting to actually find viewers because none of them watch long form content. You almost need to target a completely different audience that are watching long form content. And I don't think that's your typical degen Twitter, crypto Twitter, because they're more like TikTok type. But if you're making your little shorts, if you're clipping things, that's what they're going to get value from.
Yes,
but they're not going to sit here and watch a 1 hour video.
Yeah, no, 1%. Like that, and I think we need more volume on that. But like the strategy is always to have like long form content because again, we have like 1 hour discussion, blah blah, and out of that I can extract short and stuff like that. It didn't, on YouTube, it didn't really like it's on YouTube plus Twitter, it's almost not the same audience. Like I need to create content that it's targeted for the platform. Even TikTok and Instagram Reels, like it's really hard and it's not really working to have a podcast like that and make a reel out of it. It should be like, reacting to the podcast for Instagram or TikTok and make it, bro.
Don't get me started on reaction videos. That's the biggest waste of space I've ever seen on the internet. But I think like the secret to YouTube is like there's a certain time, like that 10 to 15 minute mark is like that sweet spot for a video to get attention. Because obviously you guys have got the stats, right? So you'll see the drop-off rate.
Yes.
And like after that first minute or two, it probably drops pretty severely. Yeah. And I doubt you probably have many people watching for the full hour. Yeah. But if your videos were like 10 minutes, your stats would probably be much higher. More people are more likely to click and watch a video that's 10 minutes. And they're more likely to watch the whole thing if it's only 10 minutes.
But even like the title and the trend needs to follow the current trend. Like
you got to have those big 100x gems in the big one. Yeah, those.
I don't want to. That's not the content I want to do, bro.
Don't do that, bro. I'll unsubscribe from the channel.
No, I like no. Oh, fuck. I mean the red arrow stuff, like the no. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. I got drugged on .fun.
How I lost $1 million.
Shut up. Like the first video, how I made like 25 million buying tickets, and the next video in the next week after, I lost $50 billion not selling my JPEGs.
How I round
life comes at you fast.
Exactly. No, 1%. But and again, like the question is like, who's right and wrong? Like, like it's hard. Yeah, who's making more money between builders and trendsetters, right? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting topic, because I would argue, how many of these trendsetters actually can convert and monetize their platform? I don't reckon any of them can, apart from taking under the table sponsor deals and dodgy allocations, resales and shit. I doubt any of them have paying customers and can actually monetize what they've created. All these kids who have built massive followers doing Twitter spaces and they've become these personalities on crypto Twitter, monetize it. None of them can't. None of them know how to do it. All they're going to try and do is get these under the table deals of, like I said, pre-sales, free NFTs, the dump. That's how they monetize, because they don't have ideas to actually build products or sell anything. All they can do is exploit their audience. Like, hey, I'm building an audience. Now give me some deals to exploit that and dump on. That's essentially what they're doing.
It'll be interesting to see what Jakey and Steve, if they can actually do anything of substance with Superbase. Because that's, I guess, their opportunity to prove that point. Whether or not they can is a whole other thing.
It's sold out, right?
They were buying when they bought that.
Yeah, I think. I heard something today. Yeah, I heard something today that apparently they've bought Catalina whale mixer.
Yeah, there was a bit of talk about it today. There's some speculation it was pesky penguins. Someone told me it's not pesky, and then someone said it could be Catalina. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't understand why. Like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why raise $2 million and then buy another project? It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Like Superbase bought Catalina Wells?
They've bought something.
They've bought OG
something,
project.
And the speculation is that it's Catalina Wales. Was the last thing.
Damn.
I heard.
It's one of those OG projects back then, yeah. But I still question that a lot of people didn't know what they were minting when they bought that NFT. Like, if you got enough influencers that are hyping up a brand or a name and they're going to launch a project, people are going to ape it. I remember having conversations with people saying, like, I have no idea what it is, but if Jakey and Steve are behind it, I'm fucking buying it because it's going to pump. And I'm scratching my head going, you realize you just paid like $200 for a online magazine subscription.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you bought, right? Some people said, like, I'm happy to support, these people, blah, blah, blah. If they opened up a GoFundMe, would everyone send them to Sol? Like, I don't know.
Very different.
They raised $2 million from the GoFundMe. To me, I was scratching my head thinking, I don't know why people have given these guys money for this. And then to go and buy another project, man, I'm scratching my head even more. Going, what was that in their was that what their plan was?
Yeah.
They were like sharing photos of like Kylie Jenner and Sydney Sweeney and stuff like that.
Sweeney,
There's no way you can get involved in the project.
From what I heard, the Superbase magazine or whatever it's going to be is supposed to be like, soft, not porn, but like hot girls,
like the Playboy magazine, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was going to be like full nudity. I think it's more like clothed models.
Yeah, so Playboy
isn't Playboy?
Playboy is full.
Playboy's nude, isn't it?
I don't know. I never opened one.
Come on, Vince.
No, I never opened a Playboy in my life. I had access to internet.
I'm the same as you there, Vincent. Internet made it too easy.
Exactly. But I don't know, like.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that concerned me a little bit, right? And I don't know. Maybe I'm off the mark here, and it might be different in America. I know those boys are in America, so I don't know if they've registered Superbase in America. But when they did their capital raise, and I'm going to call it a capital raise, because that's what it was. I think they raised, was it
5,000 Sol? Yeah, 5,000 Sol.
At the time, that was about $1 million. Literally, like 2 days later, price tanked by like 30-40%.
Yeah.
Now, if this was in Australia, you would, let's say you raised $1 million, you would owe tax on $1 million. Now, at a company tax rate, that could be about 30% or something like that. So you'd essentially own 30% on $1 million. However, after the drop, you actually only have 700,000. So you'd be paying tax on 100,000, even though you've only got 700,000.
No, but you sell the soul, right, to pay the taxes. So it's not like the drop of like I was thinking you were talking about the flow.
Are you saying that they dumped the entire bag of soul that they raised the day?
I think that's what OKBS did, right? Like they minted, and as soon as they got the soul, they sold it, and then they had a crash like 1 week after. Because on the timeline, we saw, like OKBS is rugging, blah blah blah, and then 1 week after, so no, you are happy that OKBS sold a couple of thousand of soul.
I honestly don't remember that, but maybe they did. Maybe they sold their soul to stable up, and then that's fair. But like it happened within like a 1 or 2 days, and I was like, I wonder how that's going to play out, because like it was looking like a 40 to 50% drop, and I'm like, shit, they're going to owe more in tax than what they've fucking got in their treasury.
I think that's what happened to DeadKings. Like they kept the soul, and then a couple of 6 months after, the accountant said, by the way.
They didn't plan it. Yeah, they didn't plan it. So
exactly.
When tax time came around, they were like, shit.
Oh, shit. and soul went from $250 to $180. So, it's not the same.
Yeah, I think there was a few projects similar. I think there was even a few projects that got stuck in the FTX.
Got caught up.
As well. So they sort of got screwed, like double screwed in that. So essentially, you would have owned a tax bill and you didn't even have your treasury anymore because it was Sam had ran off with it. But I mean, that sucks. But at the same time, it's like, do you guys have any idea how to manage money, or are you just kids just fucking winging it and you managed to raise a couple $1 million and now you got to deal with it?
I will not answer this question.
I've looked behind the on a bunch of projects and it scares the shit out of me. I'm surprised there's more people not in prison, put it that way.
Because if it never leaves the wallet. Okay. No, anyway, we can wrap it up. Sorry, Liwei, I just saw your message, but to have the true numbers for everyone in the audience, it's about pop.fun. Sorry about that. So if you made over $1 million trading pop.fun token, you're on top 70 trader, aka wallet, 0.0028% of the wallet. Okay, 1 million wallet.
And you got to also factor in how many of those 70 traders have multiple wallets and there's the same
exactly
person.
Exactly. Plus and you don't know, it could be pop.fun directly or insiders from dev, like whatever. Like to make $1,000, you are in the top 3% of all of the wallet.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Like
this sort of puts into perspective the nature of the game.
Everyone's flashing their games with their wallets and shit. Like, you must be in the top 0.03%.
But bro, okay, so you spending your days in the trenches, and you're not even gonna make like $1,000.
This is
like what?
This is why I called. Yeah. This is why I called bullshit on when I talk about DeadKings having the meme coin chat and how everyone in there was making money from it. I was like, there's no way that's happening. It's going to be a very overwhelming minority of people sharing wins. Someone else is probably going to jump on board and FOMO the extra liquidity. So I think
the 3 people that make the noise and share their wins, and it's the 85 people who lost and don't say it.
No, exactly.
They're too embarrassed to say, I just got done. I bought the top. I'm a fucking idiot.
I don't know, man. But but that was a banger show. You need to come back next week.
We didn't even get through the list. We just
we should chat. But did you have a good time?
Yeah, we did.
Always.
See? See? And in the chat, I'm pretty sure there is a delay, but I'm pretty sure they had a good time too. So that's what I would call a banger show, except wrong branding on the title. But my bad.
The mint party. What was it? Federline mint party or something?
We'll take royalties for whatever they do.
Fidelion is launching their black market too, so it's a new step in the game. That's what they do. But anyway, they're coming back next week because he was not able to come back on the stream. So that was a problem to make a podcast with no guest. Or technical difficulty. But anyway, guys, exactly. Any takeaways you would like the Scriber's viewers to get from these streams? Stop trading pub.fun.
I think
stay away from meme coins.
Send it to zero.
Curate your timeline and get rid of the morons.
Curate your timeline, but I think also keep an eye out in the Scriber Discord. Some big announcements.
Okay. I have that.
I don't hype it up. People are going to think we're dropping an NFT collection or some stupid shit.
Follow dynamics. Oh, are you launching an NFT? Are you launching a meme coin? No. Oh, come on, dynamics, let's go. You don't want a Donny coin?
Nah.
Okay. I tried. But anyway, thank you.
I don't want that shit hanging over my head.
Fair enough. You could make millions of dollars, bro. You can download that Doge with tools, and then boom, 1 million. You don't want 1 million? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Take profit. Don't get scammed. Stop trading on pub.fun because shit. And we'll see you next week for new shows. Guys, Dynamics, Leeway, thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. Love you.
Pleasure.
Bye.
See you later, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure